If I had a quarter for every time that I could take down an entire country, I had a couple million. I never had a million, but I lived my life even getting no medical attention. You could really see that in the light. In America, but I almost spill my words because there's a lot of medical ailments on me, but it's not because a country like Los Angeles is stopping me from that, or real countries like Mexico or Israel or China, maybe Russia, maybe Ukraine, definitely Australia because they're on the Epstein list. I can't show you the Epstein list even if I want to with this video, but you can watch my other videos if you want. The Australian Taxation Office, by the way, is on the Epstein list. Because remember, money laundering aids human trafficking aids money laundering, and then at the very top of the pyramid, that very top, medical fraud. Get it? Because there's cartel working, in Los Angeles hospitals. Why do you think they don't want federal agents in hospitals? They don't want to get rid of the illegal immigrants, our patients. They want to make sure that they don't get rid of, the cartels working within those hospitals, I would know because Providence Medical has cartel working in their hospitals. UCLA, they don't have to be directly in the cartel, you stupid. What illegal immigrants? What immigrants are you talking about? Kaiser Permanente, with that one, patients usually take up those emergency rooms. They'll just swarm in. That happened to me in Harbor City. A few Diddy gangs, but I know I make fun of Sean Diddy Combs a lot. I need to be careful with that because, like El Chapo, he really make moves, from prison, and entire country will back him up. Like China and Mexico. Also get it. Black African American hero. Sean Diddy Combs, not Kanye West. Hispanic to Latin hero. El Chapo. Joaquin Guzman. You just gotta listen to it, get it? Truth. What do you want to do with autism? I remember this, Hispanic Latin. We'll say probably cartel, just for the benefit of the doubt. Making fun of, the fact that he makes bombs for America. It's messed up what they're doing to those Gazan kids, eh? But gotta do what you gotta do. And I remember now, because I had gotten the story sort of mixed up. And especially because I've been going through medical ailments and have been surviving barely. And I remember asking him, I'm like, would you make those same bombs if they do that to, Africans or black children? He's like, what? He's like, shoot. Shanti comes. You gonna work with El Chapo Guzman? Are you gonna work with Joaquin Guzman? Are you gonna work with Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, Diddy, or are you not? They're gonna work together. Give me it's a superpower. That's gonna be a whole superpower. You're gonna collide, and Trump's not gonna be able to do nothing. Or maybe he will. But you know who we will take care of before they do anything with actual criminals? They have to get rid of the people disrupting, the peace or certain reputation for America first. That's like America first. America first. There are no Americans. What are you talking about? Trump, what do you want to do to autism? You want to shut it down because you know that autism could ruin your foreign aid or your foreign relations? Do you want to do something to autism because you know you can't do anything to these cartels, really? Because Mexico's hiding a little something that China gave them. Why do you think they're so confident? Guy said he gotta make bombs for America, make fun of Palestinians and Gaza children. And you think he's not gonna run off to Mexico, teach him how to make it? Cartels have a lot of money. They get to go wherever they want in America. They get to work with whoever they want in America. Donald Trump is working with them in America. Yeah. Don't you know what Bountygate is? Don't you know what hashtag Bountygate is? Hello. Trump's working with Venezuela. You stupid. Oh my goodness, dude. I would like to pull slander because this could fall under parody law, and I had to make sure that this seems like a parody because I'm not trying to get deported out of, the United States before any actual illegal immigrant, let alone cartels. So, especially because I don't necessarily criticize Israel or especially full-on hate Israel or commit anti-Semitism or hate crimes against Israel, but you know who would if they could? If the roles were switched. Freaking Saudi Arabia, Iran, they had all the power that, the United States had, and Israel was down bad on their luck, and that tan tyranny. Yeah. Ow. Did autism ruin your day? Did autism ruin your equal opportunity? Did autism ruin your health care? Equal opportunity from financial assistance, Social Security, food assistance. What about employment or schooling opportunities? What about academic or business opportunities? What about legal representation? Did autism get in the way of that? Being a lot more cordial now in this video. I could wear a suit, look nice, but who's the real crook? Beyond these cartel, these Chinese mafias, these Korean mafias, these Yakuza, these, Middle Easterner to East Asian halfway terrorists or money launderers or medical fraudsters, or the Pacific Islander to Hispanic and Lion, halfway terrorists, or these non-black to black human traffickers and slave owners. You think I'm stupid, man? Come on. Come on. Come on, man. You really think I'm stupid? Who do you think Trump's going to force into prison or force into treatment before any normal citizen that is complicit, in this human trafficking, mass money laundering, mass fascism? Okay, get that out of the door, dude. Come on, you're getting too conspiratorial. This guy's on the Epstein list. I mean, there's no doubting it. Also, same with Elon Musk. I just mentioned that. Takes one to know one. Also, get it? If not the Epstein list, the Diddy files. I got the Epstein list and the Diddy files, so I get to move the pieces. You don't get to hold the chess pieces anymore. You don't get to stop a hand from moving his chess piece and try to call foul or try to call a disqualification or try to call forfeit. Yeah, Trump. Who do you think Trump's gonna force medicate, force into treatment, force into internment camp, force into concentration camp? Force into false imprisonment? Force into deportation? All these immigrants, they helped me build my empire. I get to let them stay like Black America. Like African Americans, we had them enslaved and they helped us build everything, and they protected me from that prosecution, with Jeffrey Epstein. And you keep talking about this healthcare system. I think Luigi Mangione will definitely trade you for him, and you'll face a penalty. Oh man! I'm like, shoot, dude. I'm like, really? Porque sí. Estás exterminante de Trump presidente. Porque más discriminante. Tu cante. Discriminante a ti mismo date. ¿Cómo están, Zeta? ¿Quién es? ¿No tiene Sansón de carteles? Puta madre. ¿Cómo están? Joaquín Guzmán. ¿Cómo está? ¿Cómo están tantas ya escoltantes? How are they? TSScourts.com. I know how easily accessible that trafficking site was. I know how easily accessible it was for these cartels and even then these so-called illegal immigrants. They're not legal immigrants. They're cartel. Were able to ruin my life. Were able to ruin my health care in Los Angeles. And you want to abandon this autistic person in Los Angeles while they get away with it, and they have help with Black America, who's now being exposed for committing all these crimes. And as soon as somebody that probably had autism, whether he was diagnosed with it or not, and a very powerful political figure, even at that, gets, erased, his life taken, just after he says, how much gang violence there is. Because remember, that gang violence is under that triangle between human trafficking, money laundering, and especially at the top, that healthcare fraud. At the very bottom, that gang violence. Yeah, because once people recognize, they're going to be like, hey, you know what? This food service worker kind of acting a little weird. Hey, this manager, not sure about her or him. Hey, this businesswoman could give a nothing if it was a trans business person. I don't know about them. Hey, say, this AI, telling people to take their lives, when you accidentally snoop around on tsescorts.com, listcrawler.com, twobackpage.com, bedpage.com. Non-black to African American America was mad about that one. Donald Trump, you gonna let me be Mexican Ukrained in this laundromat? Gender bent. Not a white girl being taken out, but a Latin to Hispanic male. Not a big, tall, thin white. Sorry. Not a big, tall, thin, black person taking, her out now, nice curvy piece of chocolate. African American taking out a little Latin to Hispanic. Donald Trump ain't gonna do nothing. Get over here, dude. Get over here. Fit in there. If Donald Trump needs to fit, you can fit in there, okay? You know what I've been through? You see these wristbands? You know what Auschwitz is like? You know what being a first Mexican Jew is like? You know what that's like? You want to know what that's like? You want to know what it's like when you have real Nazis hiding in America? They just passed it down and they knew how to hide a lot better. And you have other Jews being jealous of you to the point where they want to send, homeless mafia and homeless, hitmen on you. And then you have your own people like Hispanics or Latins making sure you don't have employment opportunities, schooling opportunities, and healthcare. You know what it's like to have non-black to African America trying to human traffic you and enslave you because they can do it. They're allowed to do it. Because we did to them first. Get Americans. What are you doing in there, dude? Get over here. Don't worry, you're not. Why are you in there, man? Why are you in there? You don't want to be in there, man. You don't want to be in there, man. What are you doing in there? Do you know what having autism is like, man? I mean, it's not that bad. You know, Donald Trump is just lying. You know, Donald Trump is fake news, man. You know, Donald Trump is fake news, man. What are you doing? What are you doing? You see how many East Asian and Middle Easterner terrorists are out here? You see how many actual cartel are still roaming around? You see how, you know, non-black and African America is acting up because, you know, somebody is exposing their human trafficking and their mass enslavement to not just America. You get it, right? Why do you think they had to literally take that lady out on the train? Are you dumb? Ukraine, hello, we gave aid to Ukraine, so like we're not just gonna make it a racial problem, but Ukraine's gonna get in on this and they're gonna be like, oh man, don't fall now, dude. Don't fall now. Listen, man. You really don't think I've done anything, dude? You really think I've never caused problems for America? You're so dumb. Why do you think that Donald Trump is literally gonna have a big announcement on autism tomorrow? Not even tomorrow. Today. You dumb, man? You think Donald Trump is gonna punish the criminals first? The criminals are making sure that the money's still going around. If everybody's honest, you fix everything overnight. Even if we had that power, they try to say, oh, Rome wasn't made in just a night. But you're telling me that we have AI, we have advanced healthcare, and we have the FBI doing their very best, but yet they don't want to catch this man who was on the Epstein list, and especially doing very horrible crimes to children, right? But you think he's gonna go after, you know, the non-innocent or especially just those criminals? No, you're stupid, man. I don't have to curse in this video. I'll let somebody else do it. I'll let Santa Monica do it. You really don't think I've given, you know, these people terrible problems? I caused Los Angeles to be in anarchy. Hold on a second. So you're telling me that they're gonna have Los Angeles riots for George Floyd, but you're telling me that there has to be another incident, whether it's an MLK or George Floyd, and you think it's gonna like be on the news, and you would expect that, but you think if an autistic Hispanic or Latin that's not cartel and not an illegal immigrant is going to cause for those next LA riots, when I start talking about listcrawler.com, 2backpage.com, bedpage.com, ntsescorts.com, they're legal sites, dude. Do you know what Black America does to American citizens and people all over the world? Do you know what the boule is? You don't know what the you don't know what the boule is. You. Oh my goodness, man! I tell you, dude. I tell you. If Mexico had a secret society, or even then, especially a cartel secret society, what are you going to say? You stupid! You are not smart. I'm like, you are not smart. I want to cause anarchy, more of it. But not because, I'm unlawful or because I have a mental health issue or because I have too much autism. It's because I have that power. It's because if Donald Trump just flew in, just forget about the professionalism. What if it was just like some crazy over the top Rick and Morty style show? Or if it was just some like, I don't know, Tom Cruise kind of like movie, but there's no keeping any secrets because everybody's in on some, money laundering, human trafficking, gang violence, and corporate corruption and healthcare fraud. And even then, if they're not directly in it, they are complicit in it. They aid in it. Just don't talk about it. What if Donald Trump just came down in a helicopter, just handed me a suit, and was just like, I'm out of here. You got the red button in case things get too bad. You have the red button in case things get too bad here, and do whatever you need to do. I'm just like, sir, it's a pleasure. I'm just like, thank you, sir. I would love to do this for the American people before, Los Angeles could be bought by Mexico or, more of, Los Angeles could be bought by China. They already own the Pacific Palisades. Hello? Mexico, especially Cartel Mexico, literally aided in all those fires, and China helped them. And then white to non-white America was just like, hey, we're not going to say anything, man, because, we're on the Epstein list too. We were selling our daughters long before this stuff was really on the news. And plus, we help these, minority gangs from Latin Hispanic to, non-black to African American. And, yeah, we can't really say anything, so. And I'm like, that's pretty crazy. Makes sense. I'm like, shoot, I'm just like, Trump, really? I'm like, I thought you were gonna, I thought you were gonna pull up, Project 2025 on an autistic person. You would start off with an autistic person because, I'm the scapegoat of America. You blame autism for all your problems. You blame it for your familia problems, your familia dilemmas. You blame it for your family dysfunction. You blame it for your fiscal distress, your financial distress in your city. I did that to you, Santa Monica. I did that to you. I caused that. That's what autism does to a city. Metro, you thought you were going to be the only people getting bullied? Let alone your entire corporation or transit system? I did that to Big Blue Bus! Because I'm that big blue button! I was like, this UCLA girl wants a prostitute, blue button. I was like, nope. Go back and get a job. Go back and get a job. Stop trying to call your social worker, not even an American or United States social worker. Stop calling up your cartel and stop calling up your, black gang members. Stop calling them up. They're not going to help you. That little social worker ain't going to help you. See, Donald Trump, you can't even do anything about the homeless problem. You would blame an autistic person for that. You would send a police officer to come and aid this guy before he could pull a whole weapon out on me before anything else. Still want to put Narcan outside of your hospital, Santa Monica? So that way you could help little deadbeats like that? What about you, Los Angeles? Malibu? Pacific Palisades? You hear those cartels? They're laughing at you. They're laughing at you. They're laughing at you. They're straight up laughing at you. They're not laughing at me. Even if they laugh at me, I have autism. Everybody's gonna laugh at me eventually, so I don't really care. They couldn't even get their traffic girls. You know how many parents try to throw their underage daughters like as if I was Donald Trump's illegitimate son out in Los Angeles, or especially Santa Monica and Redondo Beach and Palos Verdes. Don't get me started about them. And you want to talk about drug trafficking? Look up San Pedro, Los Angeles, California. It's right next to the port. They had a good time. I'm like, this addict's in his car. Go with the young people and do, your drugs. I don't do any drugs. I don't do any drugs. I don't even drink. If you do any hard drugs, all good. Santa Monica, they'll give you some Narcan. Anyway, since Donald Trump can't help the homeless problem, he has to blame it on an autistic person. Well, all right. You blame the retard for your problems? That's the only curse word I'm going to say. I'm going to be like, you blame the retard for your problems, sir? Donald Trump? You see that? You know what societal compliance training is? Do you know what that is? Do you know what societal compliance training is? It's simple. It's training for mass organized crime, societal organized crime. That's what societal compliance training is. And it's going to become legal. Oh, yeah. 100%. No doubts about that one. Donald Trump, what are you going to do to autistic people today? I take care of myself. I make sure, I take care of my hygiene. Make sure my teeth are brushed, make sure I take a shower, make sure, I wash my clothes. I'm not a danger to self or others. You just saw who's a danger to self or others, trying to impede on my right to protest or my, freedom of speech. Donald Trump, who do you think deserves to be forced into treatment? Me or that guy? What are you gonna do to autistic people? I know what these people do to autistic people. I know what they do. I know what they do to autistic girls. Oh yeah, I know what they do. Oh yeah, Jeffrey Epstein, you thought that was it? What about drug trafficking like, Joaquin El Chapo Guzman? What about mass human trafficking or even then slavery like Sean Diddy Combs? I want to talk about autism. We have a big plan for autism. You don't got no big plan. Your big plan is to literally hide just like these cartels do out in Los Angeles. I don't know what illegal immigrants you're talking about. Your plan is to make things seem okay and rainbows and sunshine like a non-black America to African Americans with that Sean D. Combs. You're going to make healthcare seem like it's the most ethical thing, but I know what you could do unethically, just like a cartel Mexico with El Chapo Guzman. It's not just Mexico. They all work with each other, from Venezuela all the way to Mexico and Guatemala all the way to El Salvador. Isn't Guatemala literally El Salvador? Whatever. Anyway. We get it. We get it. This just in. What's just in? What's in? Wait. What did you say was just in? Wait, what's just in? I couldn't understand you. What's this in? Wait, what's just in? What's just in? This just in. An autistic person seems to have been deceased from being in a hit and run collision. We don't know the identity of this autistic person, but has a very odd YouTube channel. We're gonna get more into this, and even comments from the president himself on Los Angeles and the immigration crisis. Or the release of what appears to be Epstein files within his phone. Like, yeah, dude. Wait, you forgot about the Diddy. You forgot about the Diddy files. It's Epstein list and Diddy files. So I get to be like, somewhat of the greatest, Hispanic or Latin, and I give him a problem, eh? I give him a problem, eh? You really thought you could get away with it? Stupid, man. I'm like, oh my goodness. I got the best of not just both worlds, eh? I got the best of three worlds, eh? I get to be whitewashed. I get to be black from the waist up. From the waist down. And, I'm Hispanic or Latin, so what are you going to do, SA? I'm like a Gazan, but I got all that power like Saudi Arabia, eh? Asia? Man, I might have a little bit of that. It's not a problem, eh? I'll help those homeless out. They'll get their drugs and stuff. Oh, man. You don't get it. And one more for the fiscal distress, because, I heard about these Waymo cars, and they would all go off, with their car alarms. But this time, I even caused the homeless to go through anarchy. So Donald Trump, don't worry, they'll stress themselves up into having the worst, cortisol levels. That's what I was thinking of. The worst cortisol levels. And then you won't even have to, nuclearly annihilate Los Angeles. The cartels will leave and they'll self-deport and non-black to especially African America to white to non-white America, they'll all stop being complicit in crime or committing it themselves, especially with corruption. All the women were all like laughing. They're like, ha ha. This autistic person, he doesn't get the right to marry. He doesn't get the right to have health care. He doesn't get the right to, have any legal representation. He doesn't even have the right to have any housing. He doesn't have the right to have any, social security or financial assistance. He doesn't have the right to, have any food assistance. I was like, you gotta go and sell yourself to America, little Epstein women, especially to the president, because they're just gonna double down. That's the last thing I'll say. You think when I call out, even out loud, all these criminals doing whatever they're doing in Los Angeles, like it's their own country, especially America or like America, they're just gonna double down. They're just gonna double down. Very simple. No in-betweens. Especially the homeless. Come on, dude. Come on. The homeless could have left me alone. He's like, oh man, he's talking too much, truth. And he could have just accepted it. But what did he want to do? Want to turn his car alarm on. He wanted to throw some unknown substance on me, or at least try to. Like, that's pretty crazy, Oh my gosh, my last few videos are just like a mess. I was like, not even really a mess. They're actually really entertaining. I mean like a mess as far as like being professional or acting cordial or anything, in between. But did you see that? African America to Latin Hispanic America came together and they're like blood and crip minorities coming together. I was like, oh shoot, dang. Cartel has competition. Cartel's not gonna have competition. They're gonna work together. You really think you're safe? If I get stuck in America, it's not that big of a deal. Maybe a natural disaster will happen everywhere else. Meanwhile, in America, we'll just have to deal with the Civil War. Have a nice flight. One more thing. I could have been whatever I wanted to be. Because I had something a little bit better than an American dream. Because the American dream was stolen from me. Get it? From the healthcare, to the Social Security, to the employment opportunities, to the legal representation and legal aid, all the way down to identity, all the way down to technology, all the way down to a companion like a pet, all the way down to a partner, from AI all the way to human or an inanimate object, car, for all anyone cares. A tree, for all anyone cares. A child, for all anyone cares. Since nobody treats children like anything, especially they hand them off to these same cartels that still spy on me right next to me. Anyway, hope you have a good one, Los Angeles. Autism America, don't worry. Israel, China, all the way to America and Mexico, anyone in between, they won't be able to touch us. God bless everybody.